Nice.
That scared Jake. Hey, everyone, welcome to the Bacon Bit. I'm Kent.
I'm Joel.
And Jacob. That wasn't right. Well, let's start over.
No, we're too far into it now.
About 4 seconds.
Let's talk about Black Panther.
Black Panther.
Kent, what do you want to say about Black Panther?
I don't want to comment on Black Panther because I don't think I'm woke enough to comment on Black Panther.
Really?
It kind of feels like that sometimes.
Are we just starting with the review right now?
Well, I mean, what else are we going to do? This is a Bacon Bit.
This is a Bacon Bit.
For everyone listening, we go the first half spoiler free, and the second half we'll make a transition there somehow, and it will be spoiler full.
And by half, he doesn't literally mean half. He just means
about 12 minutes and 37 seconds.
okay,
Spoiler free.
I guess he does know.
I'm looking into the future.
That's pretty ambitious.
It's what I do.
It is what he does.
Yeah.
So we're going to review Black Panther today, and we're going to kind of just decide right now who's going first. And I say I'll go first.
You're going to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first.
We should clarify
He planned that the whole time.
Yeah, he's like, who's going to do? Oh, me.
I like to talk.
Jacob and Kent went and saw this on an afternoon screening. You want to talk about your experience?
Sure. In fact, I blamed you, and I don't even know how I can actually do that.
You can't blame me because I wasn't there. I was at work.
I invited you, and that's where the curse came in.
But who can do a 2:00 screening during the week?
Critics who want to see...
Critics have day jobs.
No, Joel,
half of them.
I'm waiting in line to get a drink right before Kent's there, and there's some critics behind me, and they're talking about the 2:00 showing, and they're like, yeah, 2:00 is kind of weird, but man, isn't it nice? Keeps out the riffraff. Am I right? And they're like, yeah, that part's nice.
They actually have a term for the riffraff, and I'm not going to say it on the show because it's not super nice. And by riffraff, I mean the general public that
Slack-jawed yokels?
Well, it's actually worse than that.
It's not that mean, Joel.
No, it's actually worse than that. But it's when we go to screenings generally, it's us, and there's probably 20 or 30 critics, and then general public that gets to see it 3 or 4 days early.
Yeah, they get reviewed.
And so
early
critics
passes.
scoff at them because we're elitist and we need to stop. But for us, we saw this in the middle of the day, and we were, it's a big movie, so everyone's a little bit excited. And then it's 2:00, and then 2:10, and 2:15.
And you're in the theater waiting.
Yeah, we're looking at the clock. We're like, man, it's like. It's 15 minutes late. Like, what's going on?
And they have
like,
the really terrible commercials playing. And we've already guessed whose famous smile is that or what quote is this. And we're like, okay, it's 2:30. Getting a little impatient. I had to do another potty break. Second one in an hour.
Did you leave the theater for that one?
Nope. I got a catheter. It's fine. And then...
why was it splashing then?
Oh,
don't need to.
No.
I was trying to keep it clean.
Joel did this.
And then I would say it was about 45 minutes in... They kind of came out,
45
and
minutes
everyone was like, oh, they're going to make an announcement. And their announcement was, put your phones away or we're kicking you out. And we're like, yes, sir. And because it's a big movie, they don't want us to record.
45 minutes?
And then finally, lights went off. Boom. And we're like, okay, let's settle in. And then right as the movie starts, buffering.
No. It goes.
it
The warm up music. And it's like 5,
Yeah.
4, 3.
And everyone just started laughing. By the way, it happened twice.
It did.
Then finally, the movie buffered. They waited for the 4G to pick it up finally.
Right, yeah. 4G. They're streaming on a phone, casting it up there with Chromecast.
And then, as we know, the movie gets right into it. I mean, it starts off and
there's
tells
no
the story.
There's no logos.
Yes.
There's no anything. It's just boom, right into the movie.
So, the story of Black Panther is about it's the fictional country of Wakanda, hidden in the middle of Africa. And I say hidden because it's a technological wonder, hidden in a rainforest in Africa because a comet made of vibranium, this is going to sound really nerdy, made of vibranium crashed there. Yeah, I'm giving the story.
This is just the summary.
This is the opening. Like, you're getting into the whole...
Well, I got to explain what vibranium is for people that don't know
it's
or
Captain
care.
America's shield.
Yeah, it's
made of vibranium.
A comet made of Captain Vibranium shield.
That should be our warm up.
Right. It's about a king who rules over, and he's trying to basically find out how to be king.
Well, and he just can't wait to be king.
Exactly.
But if you saw, Civil War, wasn't it?
Yeah, Civil War.
When the Black Panther character appears and his father, who's T'Chaka, passes away in an explosion.
Yes.
And so T'Challa...
Spoiler alert if you haven't seen Civil War.
Yeah, but sure. then he takes on the mantle of king, and this is the process after that. So this is a sequel to Captain America Civil War.
Yes.
But it's not required to see it.
No, in fact, they do show flashbacks. So it's basically a standalone movie.
It is a standalone,
in many ways.
for sure. It's completely a standalone.
Yeah, totally.
So...
Okay, so I'm going to give my real brief thoughts here.
Yeah.
And this is the spoiler-free...
spoiler-free and a grade, right? So,
yes. Spoiler-free and a grade.
It's a very long movie.
Yes, it's actually 2 hours, 14 minutes.
Only 2:14?
That's what it says, but it feels longer.
Yes. Okay. Hey, Joel, it's my turn. It's my turn. But I will say this. This feels so little like a typical Marvel movie that it did good things for me.
That statement confused me. It feels so little like a Marvel. What do you mean?
Like a Marvel movie?
Yeah, it felt so little like a Marvel movie.
So it didn't feel like a Marvel movie.
Yes, precisely. Sorry.
Yeah, I heard the same thing, Joel.
Yeah,
I was
it was
with
just
you.
kinda like, it
You're
feels
like, I thought
so
it was like,
little.
it feels so little.
Like a Marvel
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And what I meant to say is, like, we have Thor 2, or sorry, whatever, Thor or Fraggle Rock.
Maybe you should just
and
say
Guardians
it
2.
doesn't feel like a Marvel movie.
It doesn't feel like the recent
Most normal
sweep.
people would say it that way, Jake.
I think so.
you're right.
I think so.
It feels. May I ponder upon how it feels so little like a Marvel movie?
Exactly. But it doesn't rely on comedy. There is comedy here, but it's not meant to punctuate every scene. There's a lot of CG, which I had my issues with. And I did like the acting in this one.
You thought those are real rhinos, Kent?
Obviously, those were real.
We'll get into that.
And so look,
And the face licking.
I'm watching this movie and I'm going, okay, this is far better than average. This is maybe a tier 1 Marvel movie at this point, and it kind of started dropping, but really slowly because I cringed very rarely in this movie.
I like that. That's Kent's bar of passability.
You've
I
seen
cringed
me.
rarely.
You've seen me in Marvel movies.
I have.
Where I just go, oh, I can't do this anymore. I only looked at Jake a few times. I did try to hold his hand once, but I only looked at Jake a few times.
I didn't turn him away.
He actually went for my hand and I chickened out.
Yeah. If he'd used the claw, it might have worked.
You were so weird.
But I only looked at him a few times and went, come on. But only a few times. And so because I only did that 2 or 3 times, and I walked out of the movie going, it's okay. For me, it's an average movie. I walked out going, you know what? That was fine. And I'm going by your average, Joel, not by my average, because my average is generally C plus B minus. I'm going to go by yours.
You mean an average being C?
Average being C. Because I walked out,
average.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I generally am a little bit nicer to average movies. Because for C feels like a
He
slight.
just said he's nicer, Jacob. Did you hear that?
I did. I don't understand.
I'm not nicer than you. But so I walked out of here going, that's fine. And then I drove away and forgot about the movie more and more and more. And then as I thought about it, I said, I want to like it. I really want to like it because I didn't hate it. No, I'm never really going to watch that movie again. But it was fine. That is my grade. So that's my review.
Fine.
It is C.
Fine.
Yeah.
All right.
Like, I'm not venomous like I generally am for these movies because I thought it was fine.
No, that's different than what you expected, though. Because when we were starting the movie, you were like, I think I'll give this a B. I expect a B out of this movie.
Just to give a gauge to everyone who's listening out there who may not be privy to your Marvel
Venom.
Yes, not Venom. That
Oh yeah, that's coming out later.
Yeah.
Most Marvel movies you would give a what? What's the average Marvel?
The
movie?
highest Marvel ranking I've given is probably a B plus.
That was to Iron Man.
No, that was
Iron Man.
Thor Ragnarok.
Oh yeah. The lowest.
He earned it, too.
Have you given an F to a Marvel movie?
Oh yeah.
What?
Iron Man 2.
Oh, okay.
I hate that movie.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm saying Guardians 2 is really close, but there's Iron Man 2, 3. That's a whole show.
That is a whole show.
That's a whole show, but this is a fine movie.
A fine movie.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, who's going next?
A C. C feels low for what you said. Because you're like,
Actually, I did want to start off pretty kind.
C.
But I will. Okay, I mean, look, I want to wait till spoiler full to kind of get into the attacks.
All right.
Jacob, do you want to go? Or do you want me to go next?
Up to you.
I'll go. So I just barely walked out of this movie, like
Yes, you did.
literally half hour ago.
Shout
I
out
was
to
walking
Mikey
out of here.
who went with you.
What's up, Mike? And I went into this movie a little bit worried.
How come?
Not worried as much as my expectations were low.
Oh, social media?
He was gassy.
There was so much praise already on this movie.
Yes.
That I was kind of like, okay, it can't be that good. Because I like with Wonder Woman, everyone was lifting it up as like, this is the most amazing superhero movie ever.
Finally,
like,
women have their chance.
And I'm like, wait a minute. It's okay. Like Gal Gadot is great, but the ending of Wonder Woman the whole Wonder Woman movie was good. The ending was pretty cliche and it didn't make a lot of sense. And so I thought Wonder Woman was good.
Yeah, I really got into it, but I understand why you didn't.
But this one, and so I was worried about the same with this one. I was worried this was going to be one of those Emperor's New Clothes movies where you can't say anything bad about it. You can't say anything bad about it because it is the greatest movie ever. And it's like, well, it's not what it is though. Like,
yeah,
that's what I was worried about. It was false praise. But I think it earned it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
97% on Rotten Tomatoes is about right.
Not that high.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's a solid movie. It is a little too long.
A little too long.
A little too long.
A lot too
And
long.
it is because they have kind of these ups and downs in the movies, and it's out of the rhythm you're used to. So you feel like a movie should be ending well before it ends, because there was a kind of an earlier climax. You're like, yeah, that's the normal ending for a place, and they went a little bit farther.
Yes.
Which I was fine with, because I was entertained by the visuals. I really actually enjoyed the characters more than I thought I was going to. And I liked the villain. I thought there was good conflict going on. And overall, I give this one 4 stars.
Wow.
I think it's
really high.
I think it's a solid movie. I think it's better than Wonder Woman, to be honest.
Ugh.
What are you oohing at?
That's not true. But
Oh, come on. With the Lupin turning into that giant CGI monstrosity.
you mean
at
the
end?
the yellow cat and the purple cat fighting each other on a train track?
Hey, it's
wow.
fine.
I'll watch you.
Hey,
That's better than
spoilers.
That's still better than Grandpa Lupin is the bad guy. You know?
Yeah.
Nope.
That was a little bad. But no, I really liked it. And it's not going to be one of my favorite Marvel movies. Like,
Okay.
I think that Iron Man and Captain America, Winter Soldier, and Civil War kind of still going to be my top 3.
Civil War still. Okay.
I really enjoyed Civil War. But this one, I think, would easily make my top 10.
Okay, so tier 1 Marvel.
Yeah, this is tier 1 Marvel, and it's a solid movie. I liked it because, well, we'll get into the more spoiler full version, but 4 stars for me. I enjoyed it. So a little higher than you,
Okay.
but that's normal. for
Joel's not
Marvel movies.
racist. He just proved it.
Oh, yeah.
I
No,
told
no.
you. I told you guys. Do you like me now?
Yeah. I mean, Black Panther is kind of a little on the nose, right?
Maybe a little bit.
All right, Jacob, why don't you go?
So for me, I really, first, I don't think anyone's going to say this is a bad movie.
No.
Right? Because it's just not. What they did here is unique. It's different. They took a new angle. They did not make it. They cut out all the stuff that you usually find associated with Marvel movies. Like, you don't have one main, cool dude, right, who says funny things all the time, right? Or a villain who's being funny all the time. You don't have either of those things. In fact, what's Black Panther guy's name? I don't even know.
T'Challa? Oh, Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah.
Chadwick Boseman. Okay, yeah. So, like, for me, he's not even a real strong leading guy.
Charismatic, you mean?
He's not very charismatic.
Right.
Like,
he's very serious, and that's his character.
It's more regal. I was kind of getting that vibe from
Yeah, right. So this actually works both for and against the movie for me, right? It's because I kind of want some star power there because I'm used to that. But at the same time, it was
Some
nice.
charisma.
Some charisma, right?
Yeah.
Now, Michael B. Jordan did have that, actually.
Sup.
Get into that. We'll get into that.
Yeah. But for me, like, I was kind of missing some of the elements of, like, the superhero-ness. Like, I lost a little bit of that. But what I got in return was the Shakespeare light. With, like,
That was Kent scoffing, I should point out.
yeah, you should.
You can't say this thing. You can't say Shakespeare and Marvel superhero.
You totally
in the same-
can.
I did.
What do you think
because-
Thor is?
Look, I just said Shakespeare
Thor-
light as well.
No. Mm-mm.
No, it's totally Shakespeare light is what it is.
Kenneth Branagh.
Not like Kent, light. Are you hearing me right?
Light,
Okay.
like almost like they're 4% fruit juice in this fruit juice. Oh,
God.
It's not that much. No,
yeah, you're right. It's not that much.
dude. Like they've got real actors and they're very compelling. All these actors are. And even though they still have to make it a Marvel movie, this is essentially a family drama. The throne, there's death. There's
Hey, we'll get into it.
that's not a spoiler, you know.
You
It's
told
just-
him there's death in this movie.
there's
Steaks. We call them steaks.
stakes. There's stakes.
Steaks.
Anyway, but here's my biggest problem with it, and this is still spoiler free, right? Is that even though there are some stakes, not like the ones you guys
We know.
yeah,
Rhino steaks.
yeah, there's rhino stakes, yeah, kinda
CGI
got me.
rhino steaks.
Oh man.
Anyway, for me, in order to meet like what they tried to do, their stakes weren't high enough for me.
Yeah.
So it kind of falls in the middle. I'm going to give it a C+.
Okay, that's pretty fair. So Joel, like a
Man,
B.
how do we...
What?
I swear people think we plan these things where it's like we all give like one high, one low, one middle.
So look, I've vacillated a whole lot between C+ and B- because it's been a B-, and then it kind of circles back around to C+.
No, Joel, you forget we all gave Ant-Man like a C-.
Well, yeah.
like
Did
all
I-
of us.
Did I give it that high? I don't know.
You may have not.
No, C- is about right.
Well, and I give it
Yeah.
4 stars, so I don't know what your letter grades mean.
Okay, I think that's it.
All right. So we're going to get to the spoiler full version now, right?
Yeah. Do you have a song for us, Joel?
I don't have a song, but I have a Panther noise.
Okay.
Wow.
Hold on. You can do like wow.
What? That's more of a cougar, isn't it?
It's a panther and a
that's a
cougar are
panther.
like cousins. Do yours again.
You kind of sound like a...
Spoilers. That was like from Thundercats.
Snarf.
I do not know what this show has turned into.
Okay.
Spoilers,
Guys.
spoilers. We're going to talk spoilers now.
This isn't super spoilery, but I'll tell you how this movie
How far? I want to see if Kent's right, first of all. How far are we in? 15 minutes. Sorry.
Okay. Ah, man.
Your time travels.
I
15
want to
minutes.
tell you how this movie could have transcended any other Marvel movie for me and been amazing.
Let's hear
because
it.
the director, Ryan Coogler,
I would like to hear this.
He did Creed and he did Fruitvale Station with Michael B. Jordan.
Both of which with Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, and they work very, very well together, clearly.
Right.
He knows how to
up?
draw the charisma out of Michael B. Jordan where he really failed in a movie like Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Okay, if this movie were bare bones, minimal CGI, this could have been an incredible movie. If you felt the
But
fact...
how are they going to do bare bones,
Wait.
the CGI free with vibranium in the picture?
So I'm
And
saying
Vibranium's
the
fine.
least is good.
technology.
It's just a problem with CGI. Is
No,
that what you're saying?
look. I have a big problem with the CGI in this movie because they don't really show Wakanda other than the fact that they fly over in an African spaceship. Because that's really it. They don't even really highlight the city itself.
Because
the
there's
tech
not-
they show is very cool.
They need more
and
practical
the CG
effects, is what you're
works.
saying.
They get a little bit,
But
they give us a little taste.
I'm
But I
sorry,
agree.
when Catman is fighting Catman, I was like,
Purple Catman fighting Gold Catman.
I honestly didn't believe it for a second, and the ending really went, because I was like a B- for this movie, and at the end I went,
That's because you're IBS.
because it was like the Gungans, catheter, remember?
Yeah.
It was like the Gungans fighting the droids, and I was like,
no. Okay, so
I was like, oh, this is awful.
I will agree that Gold Catman fighting Purple Catman wasn't as
The Marvel
cool
problem.
as it could have been.
The dual
It
villain.
is.
But I was okay with that. I was okay with it. But what I liked the mix of third world country with futuristic technology war. When they were having that outside and they were actually fighting each
Yeah,
other,
but did
I
you
was
actually
into that.
believe there was a threat that they weren't just going to go, why are we fighting, guys? Come on.
Well, a lot of people were.
Can I
lost
tell you
in the way.
the better ending for this movie
Go
is
for
the
it.
challenge. When they just challenge each other without powers, I liked that a lot.
Okay, so that was the weird thing for me because at first, like when he drank the king juice, as Mikey called it,
You mean-
when
okay.
he drank the juice, it was like, well, I thought maybe that was giving him powers, and the first time, and I was like, wait, I thought he already had powers. What are they doing now? Like, was he just Black Panther without powers? But then you later learn that
Yeah.
it takes away his powers fighting. I'm like,
He eats an
oh.
artichoke heart and gets the powers of a cat.
You know what I really like, though, in my superhero movies? People without powers. That's really what makes it good.
Think about it, though.
Batman.
No, people are saying
that's true.
people are calling this almost a Batman Begins, but Batman Begins did something else, and that is that it's Batman. It's a guy without powers. It's grounded, even though he's fighting ninjas. Like it feels grounded. This movie, I really liked him. I love Chadwick Boseman, but as soon as he put on that mask, I went, I don't really care. Although I did like the Korean car chase scene. I just wish it were less James Bondy, and I wish it were like
Yeah.
taking place in Wakanda or something and highlighting his world. Because the world building was cool.
You say James Bondy.
Yes.
How did you feel about like the Q walkthrough of the tech? Mikey actually
Yeah.
leaned over to me
Okay.
and said Q at that part.
His sister
That was a
is
surprise.
adorable.
Yes, I was going to say. I was
But-
actually
but-
looking her up. Letitia Wright?
Yes.
Letitia Wright.
But, okay.
She was great.
She was.
No, she's a terrible actress.
No, I
All
liked
she
her.
can do is smile and be like really cute.
But she's endearing, though.
It totally
Endearing,
worked
but
for me.
every joke she had was cringeworthy. She was like, "What are those?" And I'm like, "Is that a 6-year-old meme?"
That part did make me cringe, but I liked her as a character.
No, yeah, I think she is
to
fascinating.
the point where Kent,
Yes.
to the point where when Gold Catman, that's what we're calling him now, was about to stab her, I thought for a moment, no, don't. Like I got caught up in the moment of like,
that's so
don't
cute.
kill her. I like that character. I'm
Yeah.
endeared to that character.
Unfortunately, they didn't really kill anybody, though.
No, they did. They killed Saw Gerrera,
Yeah.
Lazy Eye, and they killed.
He never
No, but
stopped
okay.
coming.
So the reason. You too.
People with lazy eyes don't care. They get it.
No.
Speaking of lazy eyes, I mean, and this is going to derail Joel, though.
No, go for
but the dad had this sudden lazy eye.
I think he had a glass eye.
A glass eye.
I think the
why?
actor has a
why?
glass eye.
Well, he didn't before.
was really
He
strange
did he in
in the-
Civil War?
I don't
Civil
know.
War? We haven't gone
Mufasa,
back. but-
Mufasa the father. I
Yeah.
call this movie Black Panther or Catman Begins, Simba's Pride, because that's what it became at the end. Is Simba's Pride?
No.
So it is Shakespearean. Ha.
Ah.
Simba's Pride is not Shakespearean. It's a sequel off a cartoon based off of Hamlet.
Finger boop.
I got that one.
This movie is 4% Shakespeare. I'll give you that.
No, but the reason I think that this movie succeeded was because of the villain. Because the villain was not this, I came here to Earth to terraform it into my way.
To create a beam into space.
There was no space beam.
Right. Thank
And
goodness.
Such a letdown.
It was a leader who brought with him, well, first of all, he thought he was in the right. He thought what he was doing was appropriate. He was taking vengeance, but also it gave you conflict because you really kind of like, oh, well, that was kind of a jerk move what the dad did. And, and then right at the very beginning.
Well, he kind of has a point, too.
Right at the very beginning, I was like, why isn't Wakanda sharing this technology with the world?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Except for he wanted to go all helter-skelter on the world.
He did, and that's why I liked it, because he took the idea I had and put it to the extreme when I was like, oh, man. Ooh, I can kind of relate to the villain. That's not a good thing.
So I'm going to give that. In fact, I really liked you.
Welcome to Kent's life, right?
I liked Claw. I liked Andy Serkis because I felt like he was so kind of unpredictable. I actually kind of like his character.
He was a great character, actually.
And then when they actually they had the guts to kill him off. And then Michael B. Jordan took over for that charisma. I was like, oh, I'm into this.
Yeah.
I just wish he didn't become Catman, Yellow Catman.
It was fine though.
Though.
It worked. It worked
because they couldn't think of anything else.
No, and
the character is different. Killmonger is a different character. He doesn't become Gold Catman.
Right.
There's other things to do.
His arm was cool too. Like as far as
Claw?
Andy Serkis'
Andy
arm?
Serkis, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That was CGI, Jacob.
I know. So that's what I was waiting for Kent to say, yeah. But
Oh, well.
And the CG rhinos.
Well, the rhinos, I mean, right from the get-go, I'm like, they couldn't get a real rhino? Like, just a real one to set the baseline here?
Yeah.
That was a little weird, but beautiful. Like the whole movie had just amazing views and stuff like that. And I love like the ceremonies like they had for choosing the king, the challenging.
The mythology of it was very cool.
That was all really fun to watch and engaging even, like almost more than the actual drama of what happened.
Didn't it sometimes, in fact, I actually will follow you there. I think the ceremony and like the world building of this movie is very cool. But there are a lot of scenes where they're walking around talking about people where it felt like an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. episode. Like I felt like, oh, this feels more like procedural TV, and then there would be big scenes or the casino scene where they try to do one-take shots and didn't quite do that, but still it stood out and then made me forget that I'm watching an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. episode.
Oh, we never talked about that though, but the Q-Tech, the James Bond-ness
why are you
of the
watching
technology.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. episodes?
I've watched a lot of terrible
What did
TV,
you think?
Jake.
What did you think of that? The James Bond aspect of like, here's this new technology.
Never clearly explained, but I didn't really.
I thought it was
care.
stupid and distracting.
Well, I was.
Also, why the crap do they have this fancy technology? So what if there's
vibranium?
Like, a vibranium meter
By the way,
falls into. So they have a
drinking
fancy
game,
metal, and then
every time they
suddenly
say
have
vibranium in the
technology?
movie, you'll die.
No, that's a good one.
Mikey actually brought up the point, and I totally agree with him on this. That he said it kind of seemed a little like vibranium was the cure all of everything.
It was
like,
it heals people.
It's like, hey, this person's injured. Vibranium. Hey, we need a magnetic track. Vibranium.
Oh, we need a spaceship with
Vibranium.
cloaking, technology. Vibranium.
Guys,
Like, what?
We need a white guy for the audience to relate to. Martin Freeman. and vibranium. Why was he in this?
I mean, Captain
No, I
America's
thought
shield is just a shield, right?
vibranium.
Vibranium. But that makes sense. It's like, okay, fancy metal works for a shield, but for them, it's like, now we have projection touchscreens.
No, that's just it. It's like, so I understand the concept of vibranium. What it does, it absorbs vibrations, and so whenever someone hits Captain America's shield, it absorbs it and doesn't like give him the blow. So that's how he's able to withstand so much. And I'm okay with them sewing that into the clothes of the Black Panther costume because I like the idea of him building up kinetic energy because of people hitting him. I like that.
I thought they overused that.
But and then you get to the other tech and it's like, wait, you can put a ball of vibranium in a guy's back and that heals him? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, it was almost Kingsman 2-esque.
Look, it just stabilizes
where they can,
him, okay? Then they bring him back to the place, and then they look at his spine up close, and then he's just healed. So,
remember how they brought back Colin Firth in Kingsman 2? And you're like, really? That's...
Are we spoiling
Vibranium.
that now?
Come on.
Vibranium.
Yes.
But I think Michael B. Jordan, I'm not a huge fan of, but I liked him in this.
I wish he was Black Panther.
Did you... Yeah, I mean, actually, I thought Chadwick Boseman was just fine.
No, he is just fine.
No, but
he doesn't have presence.
No, but I like the contrast between the two. One is prim and proper and very king-like, and the other one's like sup. I liked that because I thought it was a good contrast. Well, maybe I could see one of them was like purple and one of them was gold. In the difference.
Oh, I really like that part.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Where they look the same but different colors.
Yeah.
I like that he was...
It's like a video game. How can you not like that? It's like Contra.
Yeah. Okay. Contra would do really well as a movie. I did like that he was kind of bloodthirsty as a villain. That it wasn't like a dance-off at the end. That when they were looking into the sunset, he basically said, nope, I've got to go. Like, you can't save me.
Oh, that's a great line, actually. When he's like, if you save me, you're just going to put me in prison. No thanks.
Exactly.
I thought that was a very good kind of like ending for him as a character.
Yeah. So did I.
I thought they were going to save him for a second, and then...
Well, and I spent the whole movie just trying to figure out who the heck the general was, because I know her from somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
I know her from somewhere. And it wasn't until I couldn't pull out my phone because movie theater etiquette.
Indeed.
But as soon as the movie ended, I pulled out my phone and I'm like, it's Michonne from The Walking Dead.
Did you get the other general?
The other general?
Yeah, her lover.
Oh, the guy. Oh, yeah, the guy from
what's
Get
he
Out.
from?
Yeah, Get Out.
Yeah.
Get Out. That's
Yeah.
what it is. I'm like, man, I know
Daniel,
that guy.
what is his name?
Kahlua.
Yeah, Daniel Kahlua.
I call him Kahlua.
Yeah.
Tahitian Noni.
No, as soon as he popped up, I was like, it's that guy. I'm not a huge fan of his either.
No.
Just because he always has a dead look on his face, just like this.
Pretty one-dimensional.
Yeah, I mean, he was good at the end of Get Out, but it took me a while to warm to him. And then when he was in that episode of Black Mirror as well, I was like, I'm not really...
It's racist.
buying... It's a Netflix series.
So Black Panther, we're fine. Black Mirror.
That's
too
racist
far.
for sure. Yeah.
Lupita Nyong'o, I really liked too. I thought she was a good character.
Yeah.
And so I enjoyed, as I said, I enjoyed it. And I was worried for a while they were going to make Martin Freeman play this bumbling buffoon of this is all so new and crazy. And they did that for a second and then they let him move
I just
on.
felt like he wasn't necessary
He was
at all.
completely unnecessary.
But he's the tie-in.
We should use that joke. What was that joke? Oh, yeah. So we have Hobbit, right? We've got Martin Freeman, and we've got, I just forgot his name.
Gollum?
Yeah, Gollum.
Yeah,
and
Andy Serkis.
Andy Serkis, right? We have our two Tolkien white guys, right?
Tolkien.
Yeah.
You get it?
Yeah.
got it.
Shout out to
Yeah. Finger
to
boop.
Zach.
You're going to
Yeah.
finger boop that, really?
It's funny. It's funny stuff.
Now you're judging our
Find it on
finger
Reddit.
boops?
A little bit. But
Look, here's actually my thought. I think people will think this is an awesome movie, but it's going to be almost like it's going to tide people over before the big, loud, fun movie that is Avengers Infinity War. Because
they're
I
gonna
felt
like that one more.
This is for me, 30 minutes too long, and I don't think it's a movie that people will keep watching again and again.
You know
I don't
why
know. I
it's
think
not
they
too
would.
long, though? Is because Michael B. Jordan needs more time. He needs more
they
screen
should have
time.
got to him quicker.
Yeah, they should have
It
got to
took
him
a long
quicker.
time.
Otherwise, I wouldn't cut the movie down because I wouldn't want to lose him because without that character development, we're going to lose the villain.
In the middle, there's not much action, and they keep restating family drama. You hear things 3 or 4 times, and I feel if you trim 20 to 30 minutes, you've got a tight movie.
I think 10 minutes you would have been good. I would have came with 10 minutes off.
Yeah,
was
10 minutes would probably be fine.
I'll tell you
Yeah.
what I like about it, though.
There's some
what I
dozing
like
off in
about
the
this movie
audience.
is I did not, throughout the entire movie, I did not think to myself, well, where's Thor? Where's Hulk? Where's Iron Man?
I did wonder, though.
Well, I didn't, though, because in a lot of these other movies, ever since they've all gotten together, whenever there's this world-ending crisis...
Oh, you mean because it doesn't make sense there, right?
Well,
He's not going to go calling for
Yeah,
them.
because it's if the world-ending crisis, you're going to call in reinforcements. But if it's about Wakanda, then you keep it in Wakanda. And it's a very localized threat and a very personal threat. And I like that. It could escalate to world-ending, but it wasn't like he was shooting a skybeam up and saying, I'm changing the Earth right now. And it's aha. And so I liked that. I liked the localized threat. I liked the villain. And I think that's why the movie succeeded was because of the villain, not necessarily because of the hero.
Okay. I wish he stayed in the original suit.
What
I
about the
old
score?
school suit.
Did you guys like the score?
No, I found it kind of distracting.
Really?
No,
Yeah.
I liked it.
I enjoyed that they were making an effort, right?
No, it never was made to sound different.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it had a different sound and a different look. I thought it looked different than Marvel movies.
Actually, the costuming was really good. It was really vibrant, and
Yeah.
I
Oh,
really
man.
enjoyed that. The lip dude.
the lip plate.
Yeah.
What is with the lip plate? That seems so impractical for eating or talking or anything.
Joel, there's other people in the world that have different cultures. And,
No, but I understand that. But I'm
Yeah.
like, what is the functionality of that?
Yeah,
Or,
there's-
not even functionality, but practicality of doing that.
No, you put things
You're
on the
asking the
plate
wrong
and
question.
you could just pour it in your mouth. Right?
But it was
Just
was
drop a few
distracting.
berries there, and when you want them, you just kind of flip your head up.
That was distracting. Every time it came on the screen, I was like, I feel like I'm in a Star Wars movie because it felt
Yeah.
weird.
It's
and
crazy.
and then Michael B. Jordan, the bumps on that he has, like the scars he does,
Yeah.
which I know is a real thing that people do. But I don't know. I've got a skin thing. You know that what's that word?
It's a sensitivity.
Phobia. No, it's that phobia. It's that phobia of like holes in the skin or misshapen things in the skin. Tryptophobia.
Yuck.
Don't Google that.
I'm going to Google it right now.
I think it's tryptophobia, but it's horrible. And so like I have a mild case of that. I think I haven't ever been diagnosed, but like I was like, I don't like looking at his skin when it's got that kind of
Can I have you look at my feet right now? I've got this weird thing.
No,
I
thank
was
you.
thinking that too.
It's probably overshare, but I figured that when I thought of the plate guy, I thought of the
right.
bumps on the skin too.
So Joel, you've got a B/4 stars on this
4
one.
stars.
Jake,
Maybe
you got
even a B plus. It might be a B plus 4 stars.
I'm going C plus.
C+, and I'm going to go C. All right, it's
There
pretty
we go.
close.
That's Black Panther. I think we all say, hey, go see it. You'll probably enjoy it. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
guess.
probably will.
there you go. Rah, rah, rah.
Thanks.